Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Haloyim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harachakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Shalom. Back at you with another lesson. It's going to be entitled, Turn on D&D for the Ministry. Turn on D&D for the Ministry. All right, and the acronym D&D means do not disturb. Okay, so turn on do not disturb for the ministry. All right, just a simple Google search. It says D&D is widely used with the meaning do not disturb to indicate that someone does not want to be troubled or interrupted. Okay, so I was thinking of this lesson and I just thought about the title turn on do not disturb for the ministry. All right, because outside of this truth, outside of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you have lots of distractions, okay? And distractions are simultaneous with the world, okay? So ultimately, Yahweh Shemi Shai commands us to do this. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. You see? So this society is constructed to devour us, man. Its policies, its philosophies, its doctrines, its dogmas, okay? The sorcery, the witchcraft, the vibration of this society is set against good, all right? It's set against the will of Yahweh Shemi Shai. So we have to turn on, do not disturb for the ministry, okay? And I just want to get that word, all right, distraction. Okay, because when you turn on D&D on your cell phone, your Android or your iPhone, okay, it's basically to forward calls, to limit distractions, okay, to basically set out time for yourself, man, all right, away from people that might be trying to get in touch with you. And that is the attitude that we are to have towards the world, man, all right, and I want to get that word distraction, okay. Because as it said, I'm going to read it again, 1 Peter 5 and 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And I believe it's Job, the 2nd chapter. All right, there was a day when the sons of God came to meet and Satan was there also, man. All right, and he was asked, where did he come from? And he responded, from walking to and fro throughout the earth, man. Okay, seeking to whom he may devour. All right. And we know the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which is Esau Edom, okay, controls this current society pertaining to Job in 9:24, man. All right, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So knowing that, all right, we have to be on defense, okay? We have to be on guard. We have to be on watch, all right? And that starts with turning on that spiritual do not disturb button, all right, for the ministry, man. Okay, let me get that word distraction. It says distraction from the online etymology. It says distraction, distraction, the drawing away of the mind from one point or course to another or others. I'm going to read it again. It says the drawing away of the mind from one point or course to another or others. It says a pulling apart, separating noun or action from past particle stem of this. Here it says draw in different directions. That's right, man. So distractions draw you in different directions, okay, in an opposite direction of the truth, man, okay, in hopes to take you out of the truth. That's what these distractions are set up for, man, all right, as snares and as trap. And as we walk in this society, we have to be mindful of our adversary, man, okay. And we have to turn on that D&D button or that do not disturb button, all right, for the ministry. Okay? Let's get back to this one. Go to this one really quick. Bear with me, Akim. All right, this is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 31. It says, there came then his brethren and his mother, and this is going into Yahushua. All right. It says, there came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without sent unto him, calling him. So they were looking for him. All right. And they found him amongst, all right, doctors, different individuals, all right, higher ups, asking questions, man, and reading, man. All right. Writing and asking questions, man. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua requires us to do what? Give our all towards this ministry, man. All right. Just as Yahushua did. Not making any excuses, right? Turning on that D&D button and staying focused, man. Turning on that do not disturb button for the ministry and staying focused, locking in. All right. The ministry is the brethren. The ministry is the church, man. The brotherhood, your neighbors, man. Fellow Israelites. All right. So Yahushua had this down pat, man. All right. Turning on that do not disturb button for the world. So it says, Salakia, do not disturb button for the ministry. Okay. And to the world, right? Because speaking of that D&D, right? Do not disturb. When you hit that button, like for instance, all right, if you can still see the screen, I have the D&D button on. As you see, it has like a little phase of the moon emblem, and then it says do not disturb on, currently on. Right? So when you put that on, calls are forwarded. All right. They're not received. Notifications are silenced. Right? So ultimately, that's how we are to do and have the mindset towards the world, man. Some things have to be silenced. You have to forward. All right. A lot of scenarios, man. Okay. And give it to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Use the spirit. Have faith and use wisdom. Okay. So it says Mark 3 and 31. There came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him, calling. And the multitude said about him, and they said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. Basically, they were looking for him, man. All right, and asked him where he was. And this is what Yahushua is going to respond. It says, and he answered them, saying, who is my mother or my brethren? And he looked round about, on them which sat about him, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren, for whom shall do the will of the Most High, the same as my brother and my sister and mother. That's right, man. Okay, and that's the mindset we have to have. Those that are doing the will of the Most High, okay, those are our loved ones, okay? Those are our mother, our brethren, so to speak, man. Okay? The ones that do the will of the Heavenly Father. Everyone else, they get the do not disturb button, man. Okay? You have to have that mindset, and that's not to say, okay, just put a do not disturb button on your bills or your payments or things you have to do to get your daily bread. No, man. That's just saying you have to have the mindset that you prioritize the things that are most important, which is the truth. All right? The will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And I want to get that word prioritize. All right? It says, designate as worthy of priority. Governed jargon, it says, apparently popularized during 1972. It says, okay, let's get it off Google. Okay? Really quick. Prioritize definition. It says prioritize, designate or treat something as more important than other things. That's what you have to do, man. There are certain things that go higher up on the important list than others. This truth being the number one thing, man. All right? Other things fall below the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That's just point blank period, man. All right? We have an order. Okay? So it says, determine the order, here you go, for dealing with the series of items or tasks according to their relative importance. And that might come to play as well in your daily life. You may have certain tasks, a series of items, all right? And you might have to prioritize them to the rank of their importance. So like, okay, for instance, it's Saturday, All right. You might have to get up early in the morning. Okay. For instance, go to the store. All right. Give your car wash, get groceries, pay a bill. Then it comes a point in time, hours pass, you got to go to camp. All right. Prioritizing is saying, okay, well, I'm going to set things up in order to where everything can run smoothly from the level of importance. Okay. So everything gets done in decently in order, man. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to just get this real quick. It says, what does it mean to prioritize something? It says to put task problems in order of importance. You see, in order of importance, so that you can deal with the most important first. You see, and ultimately, you might have to prioritize and say, okay, camp is going to last a couple hours. I need those couple hours. So let me prioritize and wake up early and handle the business I have to do at the store first. That's going to take 1 or 2 hours. Camp might be 4, 5, 6 hours with the brothers, 7, longer than that. You never know. So you putting those things in the rank of importance, man. But the truth, all right, everything else has to revolve around the truth, man. All right? The truth doesn't revolve around everything else. Okay? So if you keep that mindset, right, then what's ultimately going to happen? You're going to be set in order. There's not going to be any confusion, and you're going to limit those distractions. Because if you entertain one distraction, all right, you'll entertain another one, then another one. Then you'll just be completely distracted, and then you'll look, like I always use this analogy, right? You'll look, first you'll be on the side of the boat in a life jacket. Then you put your head down, you look up, you're 10 feet away from the boat. Then you get distracted a little bit more. Then you're in the middle of the ocean. You could barely see that boat and that light tower. All right, that lighthouse. That represents the truth, man. All right. So you don't want to drift further and further away from the truth. You want to hold on to this ministry as much as you can. So you have to turn on do not disturb for the ministry, man. All right. Let me get this other one as well. Let me see. All right, this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, right? And your treasure is likened unto your priorities. All right. So whatever you have in a high rank of priority in your life, that's where your mind is going to be. If you cherish something and if you love something, you're always going to be thinking on it. That's like the truth. Scriptures tell you what? Meditate upon good things. Right? This is Sirach 14:20. It says, blessed is the man that doth meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. So if your mind is on good things, right, you're meditating upon it, then that's going to show forth that what? You're set in your mind to prioritize the truth first, man. If you're set in your mind to prioritize the world first, that's where you're going to be thinking about constantly the new fashions, the new, what do they say? The new, fashions, man, basically, you know, for lack of better words, the word I'm looking for is like the trends. Okay. That's the word I'm looking for. That's better. All right. The new trends of the world. Oh, I saw this on TikTok. I saw that. I saw this. You know, just trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. And I want to get that word, fashion really quick. First, I'm going to get this really quick. It says, keep up with the Joneses definition. If you say that someone is keeping up with the Joneses, you mean that they are doing something in order to show that they have as much money as other people rather than because they really want to do it. You see? And that's the mindset of the world, man. It says many people were holding down 3 jobs just to keep up with the Joneses. Right. Just to seem as if you have something, but you really don't, man. As is written, I believe it's in 1 Corinthians. Use, abuse. Bear with me, Akim. Fashion. Con, this is 1 Corinthians 7:31. I'm going to start at verse 29. It says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Why? Because ultimately you have to prioritize and focus on what's important at this time. And that's prophecy. That's the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Okay, so if you have a wife, be as though you do not have one, man. Don't be occupied in the affairs of keeping up the things of the world, man. That's what it's likening it to. Okay, so it says, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Now notice it's saying they that do this as though they do this not. Why? Because of the mindset, man. Okay, go to work, but ultimately focus on prophecy. Attend to your task at work, but ultimately prioritize the truth first, man. Let everything else revolve around the truth, man. Okay? And not vice versa. It says, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it. For the fashion of this world passeth away. That's right, man. The fashion of this world is going to be burnt up here in America, man. It's going to pass away. And that's what the Lord is trying to basically reiterate to us, man, and let us know. Like, hey, man, I have something better prepared for you, which is the kingdom of heaven. So seek that. All right. I'm going to read this again. 1 Corinthians 7:29 in the NLT. It says, but let me say this, dear brothers and sisters, the times that remain is very short. So from now on, those with wives should not focus only on their marriage. Those who weep or who rejoice or who buy things should not be absorbed by their weeping or their joy or their possessions. That's right, man. You can't be absorbed in your possessions. All right. Those things are going to be burnt up here by thermonuclear heat, man. In this third world's war. But guess what's going to remain? Okay. The fruits of this truth, man. All right. This wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding. So it's far more important, man. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up about what I basically meant about turning on do not disturb for the ministry. So it says, verse 31, those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them, for this world as we know it will soon pass away. You see, this world as we know it is soon going to pass away, man. All right, here you have these tragedies, all right, that are looming over America, man. These prophecies, man, the charagma, major famine, pestilence, economic crash, man, which can happen at any moment, man. They're saying that they possibly could run out of money, all right, by the 1st of June, man. Okay? 1st or the 5th, all right? But nevertheless, man, prophecy will be fulfilled, man. So turn on D&D or Do Not Disturb for the ministry. Lord willing, this message was edifying. I'm going to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call Haloyim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harachakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the 4 corners during these last seconds of time. Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. That's here, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Shalom.